Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we have a chance to check new 135 scale German track from ICM. As you can see, that's a KHD A3000 and this time we have a version with open rear section. As you can see, it should come handy for some interesting diorama in World War II setting or maybe as a project on its own, of course. As usual, let me remind you that we are still gathering money for the new camera and you can help us by pressing the donate button on our website. Some of you already helped us, and once again I will remind you that it is done via PayPal, so it's safe and fast, and of course you decide the amount you can help us with. And of course with a new camera we will be able to shoot a better quality video and the sound quality will be noticeably improved as well. So this set is already available for purchase. You can get it in any good model shop. For example, Modelimex sells them in Czech Republic, or you can order it online from Modelimex as well. As I said before, it copies German track from the World War II. Here you can see comparison with my hand. It's not that big box. Box art is quite attractive. Here we have short history note as well as some information about the kit. There are 168 parts inside. And from the other side we can see one of the marking options included into this kit. It is also depicted here on the box art. As for the box structure, it is typical for ICM. We have this color printed top section. As you can see, it's quite thin. And then we have sturdy white cardboard box which should protect everything inside. And I think that's the right solution for plastic kit, especially when you have all plastic sprues packed into the same plastic bag, because otherwise you might have some damage. So as I said before, all frames are secured into the single plastic bag. If you have a chance to check them closer, for example remove them out of the bag in the shop, in the model shop, I would rather do it because sometimes it occurs that some parts are broken off, not damaged, but broken off. Then we can start with this plastic sprue. Here we have different suspension elements, and as you can see, molding quality looks quite nice. Here we have fuel cans, which should be also quite a nice accessory. Note that handles are molded separately. Next we have another brown plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to the rear section of this truck. And as you can guess, here we have also main frame sections. I will zoom out so that you can see whole frame. Here are the main frame sections, which are pre-molded with suspension elements, those leaf springs. Here we have mud guards for wheels, and of course rear sections should be assembled out of separate panels. It is quite obvious, but I don't think that you have any problems with position. As you can see, we have here small slots which should help you with alignment, and then we have the same design here. And of course wooden structure is not present here, as you can see, so you can replicate it either with painting and weathering or maybe by some physical methods, because I saw some modelers were doing it with sandpaper and then just painting it with wooden color. Here you can see the same part from the other side. We have the special slots for all suspension elements and main frame. Next we have another brown plastic sprue. This one is full of thin parts. These are frames for the rear tarpaulin. Of course, be careful with them, and some modelers might even replace them with metal wire. Here we have dashboard which will go into interior. Here are some engine parts, and now we can zoom in so that you can see them closer. Note that, for example, this belt and tensioners are molded together. And then we have here different exhaust parts. These are wheel rims which are molded separately, and such design should make it easier to paint them. Here is the dashboard which I mentioned before, and it looks quite good. I would say for standard out of the box detailing it is okay, and of course nobody stops you from getting some upgrade kit which will improve detailing even more. Then we have separately packed transparent sprue. Just give me a second to open it. Of course, this additional plastic bag should help you avoid possible scratches on clear elements, and that's quite a nice touch. Here you can see all clear parts for this truck. Of course, headlamps will be replicated with clear elements as well. Molding quality is really nice, but masks are not included into this kit, so be careful while masking those clear, nice elements. Maybe there will be some aftermarket release, but I would rather do it with my own hands and get some experience as well. Next we have another plastic bag. Here we have vinyl tires, because this kit does not feature plastic tires, so you have to use vinyl parts. Now just give me a second to remove them and I will show you what is let's say hidden in this plastic bag. So here are these vinyl parts. These are typical parts. As you can see, there is no wall detailing and tire pattern looks quite simple, I would say. We have seam in the middle, so you will have to sand it off somehow. But from the other side, if you plan to build some realistic project, of course wheels will be dirty because these trucks were not clean usually. So I think this feature, would say, won't be visible, and of course all wheels will be covered in mud, so it's not that important, I would say. Next we have more of suspension elements molded together with rims. I guess those ones will be used in this particular version of the truck, so be sure to use the right version of the elements. Next we have last brown plastic sprue. This one is actually the biggest one as well, because here we have front cap parts as well as some engine elements and some external bits as well. So the most interesting feature, I would say one of the most interesting feature here is separately molded doors, of course. Then we have here separately molded engine bonnet, but note that those hatches are molded together with tensioners, with fasteners, so you have to, let's say, think how to expose this engine on the assembled model, because engine will be quite detailed here, so it will be shame to hide it under the bonnet. Here you can see the frontal section, which is molded together with roof, and of course here you have to insert the windscreen. And here is the front grille, which also features a logo of the manufacturer. As you can see, it's written properly, so you just have to use your dry brush method and then it will be okay. And note that this molding quality is achieved, I mean this detailing quality is achieved without PE parts. It's just a standard plastic detailing, and of course it is quite nice to have it out of the box and without need to buy some additional PE parts. And I can also show you those engine parts, because as you can see, they might be looking like simple elements, but I think once you paint them carefully they will be better. Note that here we don't have any position pins. As a position elements we will have these rods which are present on one of the halves, but we don't have them on the another one, so be careful while aligning them together in order not to break them off, because then it will be quite a shame. And also we can take a look at this internal section, internal side of the doors. As you can see, we have the special pins, so as I can guess there will be internal let's say cover which will be replicating door cards. But now we're gonna check assembly manual in order to be sure how everything will be assembled. So here it is. It is a typical ICM brochure. We have short history note in Russian and English, paints chart here, then we have here parts map, and note that almost all parts will be used, only a few of them won't be actually employed in this build. Also here we have small decal sheet. As you can see, several types of the number plates, but nothing special, and printing quality is really good. We have here small decals for the dials on the dashboard. And assembly process starts with engine. As you can see, we assemble it out of several parts. In total you have to perform 6 steps. Then you assemble transmission connected together with engine, as far as I can guess. Then note that here we assemble chassis, and there will be different versions for different markings. Here we have short note, so be sure not to miss it, because otherwise you will have problems. Here you can see suspension parts, installation of the engine in place. Then we have here exhaust tube, some of the axles assembly, front and rear. Here we have truck wheels assembly, installation of the wheels of course. Here is the assembly of the front cap, and it should be quite detailed, but of course nobody stops you from detailing it more, be it with careful painting and weathering or maybe with some PE add-ons. Here you can see doors assembly process. So as you can see, internal side, as I said before, this door card, it will be replicated with separate part, and also we have separate handles which will improve appearance, and of course it hints on the possibility of opening this part of the front cap. Then we have here installation of the doors in place, front grille, bonnet. Then we assemble rear section, install all those special thin frames, assemble headlamps, fuel can, and then install them in place. So in total you have to perform 66 steps in order to have your model ready for painting and weathering. And here you can see two marking options which are included into this kit. This gray one which was serving in Ukraine during summer 1942, and this one which was in Italy during summer 1944. So it's up to you which color you will choose for your truck, but still it is quite interesting kit. I don't see any other additional elements in this box, so I guess this review is over. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!